You know, the interest of the song, I feel like I've heard it before. Also, a thing I haven't pointed out that I really think I should point out is Sebastian steals the player's thunder a lot. There's a lot of moments where you're like, I don't know, and Sebastian's like, but I do, and it's like, really? Like, make it a prompt. Give the player the choice, like, and if you get it wrong, Sebastian is like, oh, but it's actually this. But don't steal people's thunder like that. Like, for a player character that's supposed to be like you, there's a lot of defining moments and things. Like, maybe it was because original Sebastian was going to be a bigger character, or maybe because they want to salvage the character instead of throwing him away. I don't know. Don't forget the old writing adage, though. You gotta murder your darlings. Your best bits of writing, you gotta get rid of them. That way, you always know you're ready to improve, and you're gonna get rid of stuff that you're gonna be building around instead of building around the rest, you know? Never build around a tiny bit of good writing, always write about the, you know, I think that's what it's about, at least. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something you gotta think about more. Maybe I should have read the article. Now, I'm afraid that triangulate is gonna sound... Yeah, that sounds way too fancy for you. Like, the fact he uses strangulate at all feels like Maverick just picked a book and he's like, that's what I did. Which admittedly happens, but still. Like, if you're gonna be smart, you gotta go for it, man. Being smart and sounding smart is something, and I can tell you from experience, something you gotta dedicate. It's something you gotta really put your money in. You can't just suddenly show up and say triangulate and expect it to work out in your favor. I did a bit different here, but it's the same thing. He has to have some place to store the loot, a place to sleep, a place to plan. Yeah, like, as I said before, you kind of need a map if you're going to pull this stunt. Like, if you're not going to pull this stunt, fine, you don't need a map. But if you're going to have specifically them mention a map, have a map. Because it's not fun when you're essentially Sherlocking it instead of Sherlock Holmesing it. Because Sherlock just did ass pulls a lot. And you don't want ass pulls in a mystery. In a good mystery, the clues are already there. And apparently the clues for, like, humanity being fucked and it being the past are sort of there, fine. But Rez's clues are not as much there, especially since you never know that place existed. It'd be kind of cool if at some point you just had a map and you could click around. It's like, oh, that's an abandoned farmhouse, or that's like a I don't know, it's like another farm person. It's a bit more, it's like, show me. But it's a bit, I think it sounds a bit more, I don't really believe you. Because all things considered, Maverick should not have been doing any of this, so Bryce is probably just like, come on, just show it and either get out or fucking solve it. I like how it doesn't mention a fifth victim. Oh, wait, no. How many victims are there? No, it doesn't mention a third victim. Which is interesting, isn't it? It's kind of interesting that the way he mentions this, he doesn't bring up the fact that he has to have a place that he can just hide something. Out of the blue, he just has a place to store things. Which is not something you can just do. Unless you're really smart. Unless you're real good on the bluff checks. You see, all of this is like decent logic that you never get to interact with, which just makes me mad. So, here it is. Not inside the village, and probably not in the world, or a hole in the ground that could damage generators. Why doesn't he bring that up? Like, if he's actually doing this, he needs to have a place he can keep the eggs alive, and he needs a place he can keep the generator from exploding. It's kind of weird they specifically referenced it as the abandoned farm. I'm going with a abandoned farm. Because it's kind of weird to call a place the. Like, if it's just that particular place, wouldn't you just tear it down at that point? I mean, he mentions the last victim, Bryce. He probably didn't figure this out yesterday. A few minutes ago, the last victim isn't even a day old, you know? Besides, when I knew, I came here. Fair point. This is so fucking weird. Like, you can do that, but the way Maverick's established, he's kind of a dunce and adult. Like, suddenly he's acting like this fucking Sherlock Holmes out of the blue, after he's on your neck a bunch. Like, at this point, wouldn't Reza be like, wouldn't Maverick be like, I'm sorry, I misjudged you, you're not involved. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, you don't freak or overreact, like... That's a very long leave. Especially for sick leave, considering he's not sick. Like, he seems healthy enough at this point. I like this. If I saw Reza now, I'd probably get in the way of justice, you know? It's everything you need to know. I'm adding a little bit, just a little bit. I assume this can be difficult for you. Like, why doesn't he bring that up? Like, he doesn't bring this up with Maverick. It's like this whole thing is written context-free. I'm gonna add the sentence. You're in for it? Like, you're in the mood for it? Because Bryce is probably too hype. He's not old enough to be unhype. Unless he's that weird black man from that fucking TV show with the other black man. And then there's that white man. And that white woman. And that other white woman. And that other white man. And the whole place, I think it has white walls. And then there's the transparent glass. There was brown wood. The fuck, man? Weren't there, like, for some reason I remember them actually being like the black. Like, for some reason, you guys all put in one hump, but to me, it's like you got black and you got black. I feel that your gradient doesn't really work as well as it should, especially because Latinos just like they're like daywalkers. And if you have the slightest bit of an accent, you can be a white man and still be a daywalker. What hilarious things happen when you start judging people on superficial traits that don't mean anything besides some minor genetics. I mean, say what you want, but black people tend to have the strongman genes. If only because they were the slaves that survived, which is a terrible thing to consider. Whew. Social evolution is not a nice thing, and this is not the space to talk about it. Why are you mentioning wouldn't it be too dangerous for me since you're not a cop? You're not trained, you're not stress-proof or panic-proof? I'm again adding things. I will probably remove this in the second pass, but why doesn't he mention that since you're probably still an ally, wouldn't your presence be like, Reza, just give up? Like, we'll make this work out? Like, wouldn't that be the perfectly logical thing to do at this point? Like, if Reza is who he claims to be, wouldn't your presence be a calming thing? Like, okay, you're still alive, you didn't get fucked over. I mean, you're working with them, but that probably means you can strike a better deal, you know? Like, you have cards that Reza, if he's as smart as he claims to be, would know to exploit. Besides the part where he tried to blow someone up. I mean, I think at that point... But still, like, you could theorize about that. Especially since Reza's intelligent. Wouldn't Bryce also try to focus on what would someone who's smart do? Who wants to get out of this alive, of all things. Yeah, like, here, Sebastian, again, just fucking brings it up instead of someone else. Why? There's stuff on my screen. Ugh, what is this thing? Random junk on my screen. Get off, junk! Be gone, thought. Which always to me sounds like thought, as in your thinky things. I like this. Even better, with View we can maybe get him to surrender. Or maybe we could use you as hostage. You for the eggs. You're not gonna... Like, I just love that fucking Sebastian's just snark. And he steals thunder like crazy. Lightning Rod Sebastian. What is his emotion? I think he's just bland. And he's just saying this straight to the fucking face. Then again, why is the player character a better hostage in this situation? Fair point. I'm behind you, but remember, the situation can only get worse if something happens to you too. Damn Sebastian with his dolphin finwish. So, again, that fucking thing, in case you wonder why I'm saying about the dolphin finwish. Feine means nice or fine, and dolla means crazy in a fun way. Or can mean toll, like the fucking Germans. Oh. Man, dour mood, and I'm breaking all the rules. Or am I? I mean, I guess as long as I don't make him say something significantly different, that's not a big deal, but I probably should reconsider those things that I did. Especially since Sebastian does point them out later. Oh, the music fades out. Mystery ambience. Or ambiance. Really? This is the song you're gonna play! Why are you bringing this up? Your flame-throwing trick? Oh, that's a harsh one. I know this song. This is very commonly used, by the way. I remember this, I think from Submachine. Submachine's a fun series. I really enjoyed it. God damn it, Jealousy's a very hard one. Envy. I think it's gonna... No, yeah, Lucy. There you go. And then you just blurt this out. 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 And then you just blurt Wasteland. Yeah, I don't know. Like, something about Sweetmore's deserty. It's not a term I use very often. Yeah, like, this fucking sentence. What does he know? Has he bumped into Izumi or something that he's like, I have a reason not to trust you specifically? Oh, that's fucking cute. They originally put this here. I guess they didn't feel like, I wonder, like, they have to have, like, a part where it's like, you have to describe actions, then have the actions play out, or, I don't know. Gotta have some rules for those. Keep it consistent. Consistency is important when it comes to delivery, not so much the actual writing itself. Like I said, you want to have varying sentence lengths, but still be consistent to some extent. You gotta ground it in that way. God damn it. Why are all the words escaping me? This is one hell of a sentence, but I think it just points out where Maverick's going at. Portal comes up again. Again, there's somewhat of an offshoot conversation. Plausible deniability is not a term that I know. And I don't think that's... I don't know. Yeah, it's not here. Fuck. That's gonna make this very hard, because this is a legal term. Geloofwaardige deniability, really, that's the best fucking word you can do. Okay, let's just throw it into the wiki machine, I guess, because wiki's the best thing I got. Nothing. Maybe it helps if I look at the page a bit. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I might have to play this a bit differently. I'm just gonna say it gives you credibility, because that's the best way I can phrase it. I don't think good cop, bad cop is a thing that I can translate. Like, this is fucking goddamn. It's like two terms that don't work. God damn it! Fine, I'll just use good cop, bad cop. So, this is a very big sentence. This gives you credibility when you have to deny things. Or, as we like to call it, good cop, bad cop. One is nice, one does the dirty work. It really just lays on that he's like, no. But then again, that is somewhat of a reason not to trust you, but it's a very far-fetched for someone who's like, I want proof and evidence. a word for scapegoat. It's the same thing. Zondebok. Which means sin goat. Ba 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 da ba. Yeah, but technically you already paid! Maverick, they already paid! The deal was PDAs for the generators. You already have the PDAs. Whatever the fucking plan was, it's already failed by miles. Oh, this is harsh. If your world is that bad, isn't the one mouth less to feed a lot better, or is it? Isn't a mouth less to feed better or not? God damn it! The point is, I need to rephrase this because this doesn't work. One stomach less is always useful, isn't it? I think my head is spinning, and I'm just not aware of it. I mean, yeah, like, it's entirely possible we got scammed. I mean, you're not the most useful person. Yeah, but considering the time limit, like, that's the funny thing. Is, despite what Maverick puts out there, it doesn't work from a raw argumentative standpoint. Like, there's a lot of problems with it still. Like, someone can do desperate things. Like, the time limit. The fucking time limit explains a lot of Rez's action as not being a spy by necessity. Except for the whole fucking lemon thing. Imagine if there's a timeline where Maverick shows up a little later. The whole thing still goes on, but you now know what's going on. How much would that change things? Way too much! Ugh. Yeah, but what if he just threw him away in the garbage and someone cleaned out his fucking garbage? Like, did you check the garbage place? Do you recycle? Because if you recycle, the paper's just gone at this point. Like, what kind of argument is that? We couldn't find it. Well, he probably threw it away. People don't sit on letters. And if he did, he probably took it with him. I don't know why he would. He probably hasn't, because he has nothing on him at any point. Then again, if he actually burnt them and they can find ashes, congratulations! That's proof! But if there's no ashes and they're just gone, maybe he likes to make paper planes and throws them out the fucking window. Who knows? I know that's not logical, but that'd be a great story point. Like, Reza didn't hide it. There's nothing going on. He just threw the paper out. That being said, it's very much implied that there wasn't a plan. There's nothing going on. It's coincidental and supposed to make you suspicious, but all there's going on is Reza's like, well, I gotta get out of here. And pulled up his britches and started making a plan. Yeah, he says could have been similar. Like, he hasn't even sniffed them. That being said, you arrived and Reza basically got fucked up. Why is Reza not living near you anyway? Like, it's implied he doesn't live anywhere near you because you never noticed anything about the search or anything? It's entirely possible the woman that was supposed to follow you up did know about this, because she is described as an God damn it, there's so much going on that, like, is so much more interesting than this! Here's a fun thing. If there's stuff going on that's more interesting than what you're currently looking at with the camera, you've made a bad story. The best story always focuses on the good shit. You don't focus on the runoffs of the good shit, unless it's, like, specifically the point, and it isn't. The dates are so disconnected from everything. It's so blah in places that it just makes you go, ugh! Woo! Like, give some confirmation on this. Like, at least just make a timeline where this was part of it. Because the timelines can clearly go back further than the conception of going back. Yeah, like, wouldn't he just send, like, aren't there better ways to send secret messages than this? Okay, so this doesn't make any sense. Because the message he sends... Oh, God, I don't care. Like, why didn't you mention this? That the letter was fucking weird. Like, mention specifically, like, the reason you thought there was an ulterior motive is that the letter doesn't sound like, you know, something someone would send. You know, like, make it clear that you probably should have read his correspondence to some extent, right? Like, unless you specifically adhere to, like, tight-lipped stuff, in which case, why the fuck... There's such a mess with Maverick's involvement and his legality and legitimacy and all this. It's stupid. Here's a question to ask. Like, if you receive those letters yourself, wouldn't this be the point where, like, hey, actually someone specifically asked me for the letters afterwards? That doesn't... And then you just go, we're not so... It really feels like this was supposed to be a different conversation, and then it was like, fuck, I have to set up Bryce, but how the fuck am I gonna do that? I got the blood thing going on, I guess? Like, it just doesn't work. As well as it should, at least. Like, what the fuck is this conversation? I'm gonna translate this, but what the fuck are you talking about now? It's not that sweary, but it's like, what are you talking about? Why would you mention this? If you did this straight to the face, Sebastian gave it to you. You went to the hatchery, you came back here. This has not been a day it's been in your pocket. Just saying. Although I guess you have to do this on your second playthrough. But you could get this, you could not give the blood, never hang out with Anna, and then later get it. So it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. God Sadie. Like, what does this have to do? Yeah, why? It was about my people. Well, for fuck's sake, Maverick, you're supposed to give leniencies to ambassadors. That's how it works. They're supposed to be spies. Oh no. Fuck, you can see people's names on the Discord now. Oh no. It's such a good run today. It's such a good run today. Like, why don't you just say that's how diplomacy works, you fucktard? You're supposed to be nice. You don't build a good diplomatic relationship by shooting someone. Like, at least show the benefit of the doubt a little while. Like, that's what they did. That's the whole fucking point. It's not like let's not assume the worst. I think this gets the point across better. The dragons, those dragons. Those dead dragons won't come back no more, and it's the fault of both the humans and the dragons that allowed it to happen. I'm probably going to rewrite this because this is very English in its writing, and it's super hard to get across this. They probably would have been that much better, though. It would have been a different kind of problem. Probably one better fitted for a visual novel, but whatever. Actually, no. I think you should try to push the limits of the medium with action. But at the same time, you gotta understand that there's just some things you can't just do without building it up. And doing it right, you know? Yeah, but you're a fucking cop, Maverick! That's your job! It's your job to help the police, because you are the police! Wait. Fucking nice? I've never really looked at Maverick sprites because he doesn't show up that much, and for a main character that has a lot to do with a lot doesn't do much. This is nice. They couldn't make a normal one, they just called it nice. I like how nice is he doesn't frown as much! Nice is fucking god, man. Nice as I'm not scowling at you. She's very nice about it when you say no, though, which is very weird. Did she ask nicely? Does she actually say please? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah, here it initiates this. I like how she says, But she doesn't mention please, which is the weird part about it. Yes, she doesn't ask nicely. She just asked. Fucking nice Maverick. And he doesn't use the laughing sprite either. Or does he shift to that before he does the thing? Yeah, he shifts to it before that. Yeah. At this, like, I guess that's kind of the point of all of this, is that you're just such a fucking moron. Why is this here? Why is there a comment at the end of that? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Now, I really want to know that. That's a very strange one to have. Also, good endings are run exclusive, it seems. Expendable. That's not how that works. I mean, that makes sense. Like, what if they just sent two people? Like, they sent Reza as the rough survival guy who gets shit done. They send you as the bureaucrat, and the whole point is that you're supposed to counterbalance Reza's actions. Like, there's no plan. The plan is, you're supposed to get Reza to shut the fuck up and sit down and let it happen. Like, the point is, you're there to make him to calm down. Because Reza's such a survivalist go-getter, he's a risk to a diplomatic mission. He's not supposed to be there. That's why they sent you, the most naive, a flat-faced, straight-faced Boy Scout in the world, to get Reza to not be a dick. That's why they sent you. The little sacrificial lamb, because you're the one guy. Clueless. What a fucking mess of a conversation. For all the wrong reasons. Show Maverick normal. Oh, okay, because that's not done, because it's put up here. Okay, whatever, I don't care. I wonder what happens if you try to set the emotion twice. I wonder if that's allowed. Or if that's a grave mistake. Grave. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Next time, I think we're running up to... Oh, wow. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, we're running up to the bride. Aw, man, here it is. Aw, man, it's so big! It's so big! And I don't think I can jump and skip my way around this one. Next time... Why is this like this? I get that he wanted to make, like... Yeah, like, he didn't do that. It's like, either you're high enough that Bryce will trust you. Yeah, like, very, very strangely done. And then Bryce blows up. So system will just sass your fucking ass. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Bryce message seen twice. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's just the instantiation, I guess. The reinstantiation. But what does that mean, Bryce message seen twice? No! So if you've seen the message twice... But when does that happen? I only assume it's like a catch-22. It's like, okay, if you try to do this twice, fuck you. Insert crazy teleport here. Next time we get to talk to fucking... Wow. Just the fact that System actually gets a speaking role is a... Wow. And he actually sasses you depending on how far along she is. I already told you! You can't fix this! Gravity. This was a long episode, and we got a lot done. A lot done today. Good stuff. Good beans for good boys, which, as we all know, that's where the good karma comes from. That, and a lawful goods horse's teat. No idea why it's a horse instead of a cow, but karma's weird like that.